welcome back to another episode of DJ's Garage. Today, if you can't tell by what this is, we're going to be trying to fix a cracked crankcase. Now this goes right into the bearing seat, but I think we can fix it. The crack runs through here and through here. It's pretty well just barely holding together. There's really not a whole lot holding it there, but I'm hoping that this will work. I mean, if it doesn't, I'm not out anything. I gotta buy a crankcase anyway. I just wanted to try it. I wanted to test some epoxies and see what they were about. Like, now I've used JB Weld before on other things, and it's done pretty well, but I've never tried it on anything like this. Like, I really don't have high hopes for this working, but I mean, like I say, I just want to test it and see if it'll work.
Hopefully it does.
But if it doesn't work, I'm not out anything. I still gotta buy a crankcase, so it doesn't really hurt my feelings. I just want to see if it'll work, more or less. So we got some JB Weld, just your standard run-of-the-mill JB Weld. Now it says that this will hold up to 5,020 psi. That's actually a lot, but I don't believe that this would hold up to that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna mix up a little bit of this, and let me scoot this back a little bit. Are we still in frame there? Yeah. Okie dokie. We'll just mix up this JB Weld, get it good and mixed together, and then we'll just apply it in there. Now I've got a vice grip inside that race holding it together, just because it's separated a little bit where it's cracked on two different spots. Well, we'll just have to see if it works. Yeah, I don't know, like I say though, I don't know if it'll work or not. It's just a test. I'm gonna order a new crankcase for it anyway, but I just figured I'd give this a shot because I got a junk one, and curiosity's getting the better of me. I just want to know if JB Weld is strong enough to seal a crack under pressure. Now I've used JB Weld for oil leaks on like oil pans and things like that, and it's worked just fine. So I don't think that this would be much different. Now the reason I'm filling this whole area here is because I want a decent surface area with this JB Weld. Probably gonna get a lot of negativity out of this video here, because people are just gonna see the title or just watch bits and pieces of it and come to their own conclusion on what's really happening here. Now, just to clarify again, this is not a permanent fix. This is not going to be a forever thing. This is just solely out of curiosity. I just want to know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll work. Never tried it. I am going to order a new crankcase because I need one. But since I've got a junk one, what better thing to experiment on? It's already junk. It's already going to get scrapped. might as well test some theories that I've had. Pretty much it for that part. Now what I am gonna do is do both sides. Like right now I'm gonna do the inside on all of it. Like it's cracked here, it's cracked here, and obviously there. And down in here it's cracked as well. So we had a crack here, crack here, crack here, here, and that's it for this part.
And then you gotta move on to the back. Or even maybe the second.
So I'm gonna let that tack up because I want to take my Dremel in here and grind some of this material so that way I can get a decent bond there as well. So I'll bring you back after this stuff tacks up a little bit. Okay, so while that under here is tacking up, we're going to do the top side as well. We'll put this in front of the heater for a little while just to let it warm up, let it tack up, then we'll move our vice grips over to this crack to pull everything together. Hold all this together. We'll get this grinded down, get a bevel ground through it on one side, pack it plumb full, flip it over, grind it down, pack it full. We'll move on to the next one, so on and so forth until we get the whole thing sealed up. Alright, we're going to get started on another section of this crankcase. most of the cracks aren't all the way through to the other side. They're just like spider webs in it. So what I've been doing is taking my Dremel and I've been grinding a bevel into the crack until I get to a solid surface, and then I'm filling all of that with JB Weld, which is what this was here. So then I'll just come in behind it and sand it smooth, well, smoother. On the outside where there's no real reason to, I don't care what it looks like. I just want it to be strong. That's why I went up over this contour here where this bolt is, because if it wants to crack again or even separate, whatever the case may be, it's actually going to have to pull the JB Weld up and over. And I've been grinding away the material to give the JB Weld something to bite to anyway, so I'd say that it would probably break somewhere else before it broke where the JB Weld is. That's just my theory anyway. We've got everything JB welded pretty much everywhere. This is really ugly. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for a day or so, and then we're going to come back and start sanding everything down, smoothing everything out. And right here there was a hole here. I want to sand that down and add some more. As you can see on this side, it's pretty well filled in. There's still a little crack right there, but it's sealed from the outside, but I still want to put a little bit on the inside. As far as everything else though, everything else is good. So we are just about ready to start assembling it. I need to sand down this outside bearing race right here where I just put some in there because it was cracked here and here. So I just put some over there so I can sand it all down and feather it all in. So that's where we are with it. I think I'm going to end this video here. I know it's not much of a video, just kind of explaining what I'm doing, but I wanted to be very clear on what I was doing. I didn't want anybody to be concerned about this being the permanent fix, because it's not a permanent fix. It's really just an experiment. I'm curious to see if it's strong enough, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if it is. I've got a junk crankcase pretty much. Might as well try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not out anything other than a little bit of time, but I like tinkering in the garage anyway. I don't like sitting around. So I don't know. It's just my way of thinking. I want to experiment with it. I'm just going to continue to call this a junk crankcase because it is. It's junk. It's broken. So yeah, that's where I am with it. So the next time you guys see this, it'll be sanded down, or I'll let you watch me sand it and just speed it up so that you guys don't have to sit through it. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Please leave a comment about what you think is going to happen. I think everybody's conclusion is going to be about the same as mine. I don't think it's going to work, but like I say, it's worth trying. I mean, you never know till you try it, right? So yeah, just leave a comment on what you think is going to happen, whether it'll work or won't work, and hit that like button or the dislike button, whichever one you feel like. If you enjoy my content or have any feedback on things that you'd like to see, things that you want me to try, as long as it's feasible, I will try it. So yeah, just like, subscribe, We'll catch you on the next one.